You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Yo, what's up guys? Today I got for you a pair of 2010 Air Max 90 Infrareds. This pair is completely dead stock, so it's going to be a great pair of shoes to go on to the QC and speak about all the little things with. These were the main ones that looked exactly like the 1990s. We had the 2020 re-release, which they weren't the best. They're not very comfortable because for some reason Nike added an extra stitch into the side of them, which I've heard has made the shoe quite narrow. But then there was also, I think, a 2013 release which had what is referred to as soapy bottoms, which was all black with white spots on it for whatever reason, I don't know. And I think there was also a 2006 release before these which were much the same, but these were slightly better from what I've heard, but I haven't actually seen a 2006 pair in hand. I do like the Infrareds, but personally I'm a bigger fan of the laser blues, which were the second colorway to come out in 1990. These are like what the Bread Jordan 1 highs are to the Jordans, but to the Air Max. They're quite chase. If you look in any Air Max community, almost everyone has a pair of Infrareds from some generation. But for me personally, I like the laser blues a lot better. I have a pair of them, which I'm going to be bringing out a video soon, and I'm also going to be bringing a comparison. So they're both from 2010. They're both in really good condition, just the laser blues aren't dead stock. Alright, let's move over to the QC. So when it comes down to QC on a shoe like this, it's over 10 years old. It's quite hard to go about, but I see lots of glue stains on them, but aside for that, they're really quite good. And I did a separate comparison of the left shoe to the right shoe, obviously, because with the newer shoes, like I showed in the LA BWs, and I think even the Marina BWs from this year and last year, they have differences from shoe to shoe. In the older shoes from 1990 to 2010, 2016 even, they're quite good and they're identical from shoe to shoe as you'd expect, but I still did anyway, just for if there's any differences. But the shoes are really good. These, I see no problems. The stitching's really good, the material cuts are good, everything's actually perfection, which is quite rare to be able to say about something from Nike, as they're the biggest flop ever in the shoe world. I really like the Infrareds. I think they did a great job matching the grey suede with the white mesh, with then the black leather on the side, with then that amazing orange, or as they say now, radiant red. It just really ties the shoe together really well. I like it. I'm a big fan of them. Although the 2015s, I think it might be 2016s, I'm not 100% sure, have the soapy bottoms. I would definitely recommend getting a pair of them for your collection. They're really old, like 2012, as much as they got the materials right and everything looks fantastic. If I put these on my feet, no doubt the midsoles are going to turn to dust, so it just really wouldn't be worth paying $200 to even $500 for a pair of them when they just fall apart the second you wear them, which is understandable when a shoe's 12 years old, but it's really not worth the money. I don't get why people pay that much for a pair of shoes that aren't restored, because obviously you're going to have to restore them and it's not cheap to get done. Yo, real quick guys, go down and drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you're enjoying the video, and then hop over to my bio and go check out my TikTok and Instagram. Usernames are on the screen or links are in my bio. Go check it out. Alright, back to the video. One thing quality control really did struggle with on these, which again could be because the age, is the midsoles. There's lots of uneven paint and there's lots of little holes in the side of the midsole on the orange part, which I don't exactly know what that is. It could be age, it could be signs showing that the midsole's breaking down from being 12 years old, whatever, but I honestly don't know. If they were like that back in the day, then it is a really big QC problem to have, meaning the longevity of the shoes is not good. But seeing we're looking at them 12 years after their release, can't be too hard on it and put it down to a bad QC problem, or as much as I like to say Nike's bad, Nike's bad, Nike's bad, I can't quite put it down to that on these. I can only put it down to it's old and it's starting to crumble and fall apart. So I don't really know what I could fault on these shoes really. Like, the materials are A grade, the color's good, there's no bits going on to the other side like on the newer BWs and M90s where you see the orange copies over onto the white and vice versa, which just makes them look sloppy. These have no problems like that. These are really good. I really like them. I think they're good to put on a shelf. Besides for that, I wouldn't really buy a pair this old, but it's whatever you want to do. Now we'll go over to my final thoughts and I'll tell you which version I think you should buy and which version I think you shouldn't. This is quite a hard shoe to just simply go, should you get it, shouldn't you get it, but I think if you're going to buy them to put on a shelf because you have some form of sentimental attachment for them, or you have a big display or collection of sneakers from vintage eras, then you could get these and sit them on the shelf. But if you're looking for a pair to wear because you really like the infrared colorway, I think these are not the one for you. I think you should definitely go for a newer version. I don't know about the 2020 version because, as I said in the beginning, I've heard lots of bad things about them and apparently they're very narrow and uncomfortable. If you're looking for a pair to wear, I would say go with the 2015s or 2016s with the soapy bottoms. As much as the bottoms don't look that good, you don't actually see them unless if you hold them in hand and flip them over. When walking around, no one's going to notice. Look exactly the same as these and the later ones, just obviously without that extra stitch for the later ones. I think these are an amazing shoe. The quality is off the hook. Like I said, to see them on a shelf, look at them, have them like a piece of art, they definitely work for that, but to wear, they're a no-go. I wouldn't do it. If you did want to do it, you'd probably have to go and get them sole swapped, which I'm not 100% sure how that would go because the newer M90s use a bit of a different midsole, so then you might as well just buy 2016s or 2015s because that's what you're going to have to swap it over with. But overall, I think they're an amazing pair of shoes and I think they are worth picking up for your collection if you have a big collection and you have a display of sneakers. Besides for that, they're not for you. Now I'm going to flick it over to some B-roll, so enjoy.